Fine, I have started recording now. So, week one, day one question. Had Gandhiji not ended non-cooperation movement, India would have got independence in 1930s only. Critically analyze. First of all, I will talk about the command because I will not be taking another session for these things. These things I will be covering in this session through questions only. So, whenever you have the command critically analyze, analysis is something that you go deeper into the subject, deeper into the question, and bring out some perspective, bring out some relation, bring out some interrelation. These things you have to done in, I will say, analyze. So when it is critically analyzed, then what you will be doing, you go for positives, you will for pro, cons, whatever it is, both or different perspectives. Then what you have to do, you have to go for one particular stand, that yes, this was right, or this was not right, or I have done this, or I will be doing that. So you have to take a stand after your pros cons, like whatever fact data you have, you should be able to produce some perspective from them. I hope I am I clear with critically analyze command so that I can move to questions.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Clear.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So when it is asking had Gandhiji not ended, it is again a negative thing that is putting through not. Like had Gandhiji not ended non-cooperation movement, India would have got independence in 1930s only. Question is saying Gandhiji was wrong. So first, I want to ask you guys: do we have to agree this statement or disagree?
Sir,
Disagree.
disagree.
Fine. Anyone wants or want to say that we have to get agree with this statement? No. Fine. Really, I'm sorry. So what you have to do in this question, you will have to disagree. But at the same time, because question is not something like saying that you have to refute the statement or something, you have to partially agree as well. It might be a case. Yes, it might be a case. It could have been. But in the next part of the question, where you will be talking about that you will put why that was not practical, why this issue was not correct, why this statement is not correct. So what you have to do, suppose if I say something that yeah, you are talking very positive thing, whatever you have said is quite positive. So what you can do, like we can do this, but please take care of these things. And in counter to your argument, what I have done, I have almost given you around, like suppose in your agreement I gave 5 points, in your disagreement I gave 10 points. So is it, can I say that while answering your question I somehow played a diplomatic role, that first I talked about positive, then I talked about negative, but negatives were high in quantity. So my indication was that your argument or your statement is not correct. Was I able to say no to you indirectly or indirectly? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Same approach we have to project. Like I have gone through certain number of copies. Okay, not all, I will say not all, but yes, 2 3 copies I have gone through before going to like evaluator. So what I found there, this was the issue, you have directly refuted. Then what you find that you did not have content of 10 marker, like you wanted to write 2 pages, but since you directly disagreed, so what happened, you were short of content, and then you were either repeating same point or beating around the bush. Am I correct or not in your copies? Did anyone feel the same while writing the question? No, it means I am lying. Next time I will be noting the names. Whose copy is this? No one has done from your batch. Like, see, mom is just 1 week old. I cannot say that it's not from some other person. Fine. So I will ask one person only. Whoever is interested to speak, just let me know what should be the introduction. No one wants to try introduction. Kavya, your mic is unmute. You want to speak?
Yes, sir. It's about the withdrawing of the movement due to Chauri Chaura incident.
Fine, Kavya. Why?
To violence.
No, not avoid violence and all. I said why you should write this in introduction.
Why means it's context based. Because of that
Perfect.
incident only. Hmm.
Perfect, fine, perfectly fine. So what Kavya wants to say is that we have to make introduction contextual. Everyone clear with it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
How many of you have mentioned in introduction this Chori Chora part? Only in the introduction to make it contextual?
Me, sir. I did mention it.
Fine, Ansh. What about others? Rajat have not written. Margi, you have written these questions, maybe not repeated. Hurricane, you must have written.
First day one I have not written, sir. When I joined, it was second day, so first day I did not write.
So in Hurricane, you must have written these questions.
No, sir. Hurricane also I joined late. No, the modern history part was completed. 2 days were completed.
So you did not write there, not here as well. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So do you need a special like Lamborghini or something? Shall I send to your place to write the same?
I will write it by the evening, sir.
Better.
Yes.
Okay. So no one wants to speak anything. Shall I move forward then? So Kavya, you want to speak something?
No, sir, that's it.
Okay, fine. So what we have to do, we have to make introduction contextual, guys. Be it optional, be it your GS. You will be making your introduction contextual wherever it is possible. It is one of the best type of introduction that you write. See, it is talking about why non-cooperation movement was stopped. You have to mention that incident anyhow. Then again, you follow a structure. Always have a heading and subheading. I will not talking about the content. Already said that you can read it. Fine. So after making introduction contextual, we will be coming to the second part of the question where I said that you first will be agreeing to the question. How many of you agreed to the statement first? Anyone, please?
Yes, sir. I'm agreed.
Fine. Which was second voice? Apart apart from Kavya, anyone else? At least say yes, no, type in chat box. Don't make it monotonous.
No, sir. We did like the reason for suspending movement. Like we supported that it should have been suspended.
Yeah, directly. That's why you fell short of content, Ansh. Like you were not able to put the your content in 2 pages, or say you were able to complete your whatever content you had in 1 or 1.25 pages only, not even 1.5 page. Correct?
No, sir. My remark was that I had content, like I had good content. I should focus more on persuasion.
Okay. So what is persuasion over there?
Persuasion, as in what I think is I should put that points in a more correct ways. Like I put that heading.
Prioritize.
Yeah. I wrote reasons for suspending movement, which was like circled by the evaluator, and even I was thinking that this is not the right heading, but due to lack of time, I just wrote it. So yeah.
No issues. अभी इस सेशन में that issue will be tackled. Okay, थोड़ा सा idea हो जाएगा. So what you guys do, say here you have to agree. It doesn't mean that you have to put 50%. Make it 20-30% only. It could have been okay. Now, while in the transition phase, how you will say the same? You will say, however, Gandhiji was correct in his decision. This is the third part of our structure where you are going to disagree with the statement. And you will be putting all the points to make the sure that this statement is wrong. All the points over there, like it will consume at least 60% of your answer. Then in the conclusion, what should be the conclusion? Anyone else? What have you written? And anyone?
Yes, sir. I wrote there are no ifs and buts in history, and the decision to end the movement was most apt at that time. The movement took their own natural course with the right measures and ethical approach, which made solid foundation for India at present.
Fine. Acceptable conclusion. Anyone else? Guys, you will be speaking. This session will go good. You won't be speaking, then this session won't be good. For sure.
Non-cooperation movement gave a fillip to the next moment of freedom struggle, like Quit India movement, etc.
Fine. So Kavya, you are like applying all the tricks over here, na? Thank you. Anyone else? Perfectly fine. See, both the conclusions of Ansh and Kavya are very good. Okay, so in the conclusion side, most of you have heard toppers interview, teachers saying that you have to be futuristic, you have to share way forward, you have to say something like that which is relevant in present time. So in both the conclusion, these things were present. Like he was, Ansh, could you repeat the last line of your conclusion? I forgot.
Yes, sir. The last line was the movements took their own natural course with the right measures and ethical approach, which made solid foundation for India at present.
Okay, fine. So, Ansh, whatever I have wrote, there are three types of conclusion. Like first conclusion, we write anything because we don't know what to write. Sometimes we will be writing this. Second approach is that what Kavya did. Third approach is that I will say advanced version of Ansh approach. Second approach, what Kavya did. See, whatever has happened will lead to something, and whatever is happening will lead to something else. It is like it will go to different stages. I shall first of all, pardon me for my background, nah, but I cannot do with it. This background is something. So this is something you have to go like this is your past. You come in the present tense, then you go to future, but the relation has all in linear line only. So the way Kavya did, suppose at that time Britishers were like anything, they suppress the movement, they put everyone in jail, or they execute some of the main individuals of Indian society. They had every right to do the same. They were the rulers at that time. So what she did, she said, okay, it's a just hint to you guys. You could have mentioned struggle strategy. It was part of struggle strategy. Masses were down and all. So Gandhiji thought for the next phase, let's prepare. So even that was one of the reasons. Or you blame it on the next phase that this happened had it not been stopped here. So we would not have reached next stage. Perfectly fine. What Ansh did, he tried to establish a contemporary relation, but only thing that I did not like in his answer, he put too much English. When too much English, ethical and all word. Ansh, could you please tell me if that word was even relevant?
Sir, what I had in my mind was like I was thinking constantly like why India is doing so well in all these aspects. So that I was constantly thinking in ethical approach also. Like I had somewhere read that you should try to mention like some ethics too in the answers if that's possible. So yeah, I did it.
Do you think here in the question a particular term ethics is lending any weight to your conclusion?
No, sir.
Yes or no? Just
No.
fine. So what I wanted to say, you relate it with contemporary times, na?
Yes, sir.
Even the movements, even in the movements of the present India, are influenced by Gandhiji's approach. India against corruption. Kabhi they got thrashed with the sticks by the police. They get down, then they plan major struggle, then they plan major protest. You say it all that Gandhiji's ideals are still alive. And
Yeah.
did this conclusion look good to you?
Yes, sir.
You mentioned these kind of points. Fine. Let's move to the next question. Discuss the various peasant movements during the freedom struggle. This is
So
a
one thing, just one thing I would like to clear here. Like what I did in this answer was I first wrote like in support of the question. Like what I thought was if I'll put it directly, ki yes, the moment if it would have stopped or if it would have continued, it could have fetched result. So what I thought if I'll write this point first, so it would look like I'm supporting the statement. So what I did was just opposite to what you said. Like I first wrote the reason for suspending, and then I started like however there was delusion, like I just reversed the thing which you told.
fine. Again, it can happen with anyone. No issues. Now tell me
Mhm.
one thing. In reality, can we afford to disagree with whatever has happened?
No, sir.
There is a kahavat in Hindi, ant bhala so bhala. In English, we said,
Yeah.
if the end is well, all is well.
Yeah.
That's why what we will say, we will keep the positive outlook
Mm-hmm.
in the last. Fine.
Okay. ठीक है sir.
So you had the content, but structure issue is that there. Okay, that I have to discuss. Do we agree here or not?
Yes, sir. Fine.
Fine. Let's move to next stage. See, discuss the various peasant movements during the freedom struggle. This was the open-ended question. Any one of you have any doubt? As I won't be discussing this question like in detail, the like the previous one. I will give just take 2 more minutes for this one. Any questions? Any issue regarding this?
No, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
can we write the moments in a table form in this answer, in this question? In a
Why?
table format, like while mentioning all.
I will suggest that never to use tabular format, especially in the GS answer, if it's not about data in fact. If you
Oh.
want to mention like a small table, see if it is your page and you want to just mention in table so that you can remember at least while writing the PZ moments, because anyhow you're going to write about it. Don't try to explain in table. If you want to just mention year and the thing, then okay. Suppose you divide the same into phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. They are the phases of pieces movements. You will be able to derive it, divide it.
Oh,
Fine.
yes,
Like
sir.
18. If you are unable to divide the phases, na, always remember timeline approach. Do this. First phase, say like 80, 1800 to 1900. Second phase, 1900 to 2000. Third phase, 2000 to 2050. This is the third phase according to you. Mention your things into this format. If you want to put this as a data fact, then your table will fetch you marks. If you are going to solve the question through table, believe me, you will not be getting any marks.
Okay.
Fine, avoid that. Like
Yes,
if you
sir.
want to just put the data format and all, then perfectly fine for me.
Okay.
So here, like I already told you, what I want to say, various peasants movements. Don't just enumerate the peasants movements. People will be doing that. Make them phases. Okay, this was the phase. Sometimes peasant movement were violent. Sometimes it was not violent. Sometimes peasant movement become political. Sometimes it was not. Sometimes peasant movement acted as a force for independence force. You do mention that. So am I clear with the structure or not for this question?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now, since 1939, process of freedom was started, but not of partition. Given detailed information about events which led to partition of India. Now tell me from when partition started?
Sir, that can be traced back to the divide when the partition of Bengal started on communal lines.
Maybe, may not be. Anyone disagree or agree with Margi?
So I agree with it.
I agree.
Because like the things led to, like, it is not just the single moment, but various moment led to partition.
Fine. So agree with the partition movement and start again contextual you have made. That's why the context of the partition only. And if you want to be little philosophical, then you can start with divide and rule philosophy as well. From where divide and rule started?
Formation of Muslim League.
Then it is like when is 1909, if I'm not no. When is the Muslim League
1907.
formed?
Yeah. After 1905.
6, 7. Okay.
Sir,
5. Okay, fine.
1857 revolt, after the revolt when the army was reorganized, that can be the divide and rule policy. The start.
Yeah, and how was the division?
Sir, martial, non-martial races. And also,
And
um,
yes. So suppose if I had to write, I don't know if it will fetch marks or not, but I will be writing. How? With the success of divide and rule policy or of Britishers, they started implementing the policy at territory level. Present India partition can be related with the past. Now name anything. Bengal partition. Which was that Swadeshi Andolan? If I'm correct, yeah. Swadeshi Andolan. Whatever you want to name it. Does it sounds flowery or good or not?
Yes.
Irrelevant sound कर रहा है क्या किसी को? Does it sound irrelevant?
No, sir.
so,
अरे do let me know ना. Then I too will be thinking if it is irrelevant or not. Do question me. I'm not perfect. Fine. Coming to the next part. So introduction and now tell me in this question can we have phases or not?
Yes, sir.
Fine, Rajat. So it's like we can have phases. And how to divide phases again?
So the earlier part of the Muslim League. So the earlier part of the when they were like not in favor, like Jinnah was not in favor of Gandhi, and when Gandhiji giving this Congress stage for Lucknow Pact and for the Khilafat movement, when they were moderate in when they were not in favor of complete partition, then there was a phase when they wanted a bit of separate electorate, or like that plan within the there should be a confederacy of which there should be a like union with a weak union and a strong center, like group A, B, C stage in which they got power. And then finally when they were
Rebels plan, if I'm not wrong, no?
yes sir, yes sir, no sir,
Fine.
so then they were like in the finally they felt that their rights would only be protected when they could get a separate nation state for themselves. That was the
So
final nail
even
in
there, what we feel that there is a chance of division of the questions. And when we go for the phases, do we will be having a like heading or subheading or yes or no?
Yes.
yes sir.
Okay, Kavya, just one question to you. I want you to answer because you know the answer. what does the subheading and heading do in our answer?
Sorry, sir. Once again, repeat the question.
What does subheading and heading do in our answer?
Means what we're going to explain in the next. Means,
Okay. Do you remember the analogy through which I made you understand last time?
yes, sir. Like by asking questions, like
Fine. You forgot. Do eat some almonds so that you can have sharp memory. Guys, last thing that I want to mention you in this question, there was a reason to give this question. Here you will be having more than the required heading subheadings. If you go in direction, Rajat was able to explain very lucid manner. I would have not able to explain because I'm not content enriched as you guys are. Okay, you guys have just read the question. So what you have to do from these heading subheadings, guys, when we go on the road, what happens when we see signboard? What these signboards do? Can anyone tell me?
We can easily find the path. Like we won't go astray.
Means it provides us direction. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It shows where we are leading the answer to.
Similarly, subheading and heading will decide, as Kavya and Margi have directly said, that where we are going to, where we are going to talk about. So, if you are going to write any answer without heading subheading, then it is bound to go in haphazard manner. Whatever is going to happen, it will happen. You are in the flow, not your pen, not your thoughts. How many of you were able to write this question through heading and subheading, proper subheading heading?
I did so.
Fine, Ansh. Ansh, don't worry, I will be looking at your copies.
Yes, sir.
What about others? Pragati, you two here. Would you like to say something?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Pragati.
Sir, I think in this question, I write about the after the 1939 to 1947. I did not discuss about the last one before 1939.
Means you were not able to comprehend the question, correct?
Yes, sir. I thought since 1939 process of freedom was started, not of partition. Give detailed information about the event which lead to partition of India. In the question give the exact detail or exact year.
You are mute, Pragati. Pragati, you are on mute. I think there is some connection issues, maybe. So, Pragati, if you are listening, I am repeating. The question wants wants us to go back where the partition has started.
Sorry, sir. I don't understand.
Shall I repeat
Hello?
again? Hello, Pragati. Shall I repeat again?
Sure.
Okay,
Yes,
fine.
sir.
See, to interpret the question, read the first line. Since 1939, process of freedom was started, but not the partition. It is saying the process of freedom was started because from 1939, Britishers. What is 1939? First, tell me significance of 1939. Why only 1939 is mentioned in the question?
Second World War.
Exactly, Kavya. So it is like from 1939, Britishers knew that we are no more superpowers. So and it is like with every passing year, they were bound to make India free. So it is saying freedom process started in 1939 onwards. But what happened that partition process na, it is not, it has not started in 1939, but before that. So when we trace back where the partition roots started, people say that Bengal partition. Britishers say that we were doing it for the administrative convenience, but the actual reason was not administrative convenience. It was when we saw the partition line, it was the Hindu dominated area and the Muslim dominated area. Pragati, now am I clear? Pragati, yes or no? If you can't speak, at least type in chat box. Even your mic is not connected, Pragati. Okay, fine. Let's move.
Sir, I had one question.
Yes,
Sir,
yes.
can you divide the phases from like 1857 to 1905, where we discuss about the divide and rule after the revolt? Then
No. We don't have to
okay,
go for that long. I talked of only for introduction only.
okay, sir.
That we can say that Britishers felt success in divide and rule policy,
Okay,
and they implemented the same at territory level through Bengal partition.
okay, got it, sir.
It's not like that we have to go back to
Trace
1857.
them. Yes, sir.
Thank you for asking. Else, like these kind of doubts are really genuine. It might have been case you understood some otherwise, and then according to this whatever statement you have made, we would have made a hell of this question.
Yeah.
Fine.
And sir,
Yeah.
can we mention here the process of freedom since 1939 in the first level, like events that led to the freedom with a diagram like 1940, 42 August of Nation.
Do
Is it
do you
necessary?
have that? Do you have that much of time for 10 marker?
Okay, but first part of the question said no like that.
You can mention at max if you want to mention it 20-30 words. If diagram, not more
In
like
diagram.
decorative, not more that decorative like which you can complete in 2 minutes. If you are able to, not 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Sorry.
Okay.
Fine.
Sir, it was actually 15 marker. That's why maybe we might need
I
to
am sorry.
mention.
I'm sorry. I really am sorry. Marika, again, thank you for putting it out. Yes, if it is 15 marker, then you can give like certain time. Perfectly fine for me. Like for 15 marker, you can relate how the freedom and the partitions are related. Because there was a time that freedom and again, okay, fine. Let me bring, next time I will be reading that question as well. I really am sorry. Na? So it's like when it is a 15 marker, we have to certainly change our approach. We will be mentioning little bit of the interrelation between freedom struggle and partition. Because what you will feel that partition and freedom struggle were not that related to each other in 1907, that is partition of Bengal. But after 1939, especially I will say after Quit India movement, it was quite manifested that if partition is coming, then we have to accept the freedom. Sorry, if freedom is coming, then we have to accept the partition. If freedom is not coming, then we can accept or say expect that we will be united. So they were quite interrelated. The way Muslim League played the role, that Liaquat Desai Pact, okay. So you have to mention these also over there. So in the last, you can mention that due to the Britishers' policies, early policies, and the say say of Muslim League in the decision making, or the influence of Muslim League in the decision making, you relate these points. There was a situation when the partition and the freedom were interrelated and one cannot come avoiding other. Am I clear with this approach? Thank you, Margie. It was really a nice question. At least putting like 15 marker. Clear with it?
Yes, sir.
Pragati, is you still have doubt in this question? I can see that you have logged in again.
No, sir, I don't have any doubt.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
So moving to the day 2. This was the easiest day, I guess. Yes or no? You guys don't speak. It seems I'm talking with the black screens. Okay. Which architectural tradition inspired architecture of Vijayanagar? Explain the features of Vijayanagar architecture. Any doubt? Anything over this question? Guys, say yes, no.
No, sir.
Ansh, Deepak, Rajat, are you there?
Yes, sir. So, but I haven't written and much deliberated upon this question, so I. Which question?
Okay, fine.
So it was
Okay,
very
Deepak,
factual
you can
question,
leave,
I
no
think.
issues. Sorry, Ansh?
It was very factual question, and I don't think there was much concept in this question. So yeah.
Yeah. And these kinds of questions will come in UPSC where you have to just vomit it out, whatever you did through rote learning. Nah?
Yeah,
So
yes.
don't worry, we will not be wasting our time. Temple architecture attained zenith under Chola Empire, critically analyze. This was the question which I will be discussing, at least structure part. Could you please, anyone tell me what should be the introduction?
Okay, sir, I'll read out my introduction. With the decline of Pallava dynasty came the mighty Chola rulers, which built great temples like Brihadeswara temple at Thanjavur and Gangai Cholapuram temple, etc. Then I directly came to my main points.
Fine. Anyone else? Introduction, please.
Sir, I wrote a very general introduction because I had to use the points in my body, so I could not include them in my introduction. So I just wrote Chola Empire contributed to the development of Indian architecture through various forms, such as its world famous bronze sculptures and its magnificent temple architecture. And then I went to the temple architecture.
Fine. Next, anyone else? Rajat, Kavya, Pragati. No. Guys, speak.
Sir, I didn't attempt these questions.
Okay, you will be getting 2 crore from my side. Don't worry, a call is coming to you today only. Thank you for letting me know at least. You guys have ample time to read and still I'm getting the, like I did not attempt. Very good. Rajat, are you here, still here or not?
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm here. Sir, I'm here.
So, okay, you did not attempt. Okay, fine. Sorry, Rajat. I bothered you again. Okay, fine. Pragati, you want to say something about introduction, what you have written?
No, sir, no, sir.
You did not write introduction.
Yes, sir. Hello?
Did you write introduction?
No, sir.
You did not
I did
attempt
not
this
write.
question.
Actually,
Fine.
no, sir. Yeah, the day
Yeah.
2 I have a time to question. Sorry, sir. I did not understand what you are saying there.
Shall I switch to Hindi for you, or I'm speaking that English bad?
No, sir, English. Hello?
Yes, yes,
Hello?
Pragati. Hello, yes, Pragati, we can hear you.
Okay, sir. Sir, I write the question in English. Hello?
Yes, please. Yes, please, Pragati, bolo, introduction bolo apna.
Sir, I don't have right now.
Okay, fine, no issues, no issues. Next time during the sessions, try to have your copies with you. I will be telling you about the session at least one day prior. Even if I post the link 5 minutes late,
Okay.
but I will let you know session is 24 hours ahead. Like, okay, fine, at least 12-15 hours. That is for sure from my side. So in this, coming back to the conclusion, sorry, introduction. See, in the Chola Empire, what we have to talk about, Ansh, whatever you have mentioned, I will consider it as negative introduction. Why negative introduction? Why to talk about somebody's failures or somebody's negative points? Like you said, the decline of Pallava and all. But I will say, you directly mention na, with the increasing prosperity of Chola, they started invested in this. Yeah, whatever they had control of Dwat, with the control over the resources, Cholas have enough strength to build the new temples. Suppose if you do not have enough money to eat, will you be able to afford a bike or something? Ansh, tell me.
No, sir. No, sir. Understood, sir. Yes, I should not have written a negative pointer
Fine.
rightly in my introduction. Yes, sir. Right.
Suppose like you smoke, okay, and in the introduction, so hey, I'm Ansh, I do smoke. Does it looks good?
No, no, sir.
Why do you have a negative impression? Why? See, I know you guys through your copies only. Fine.
Understood, sir.
So again, we will making it fine, Ansh. No issues. We will
Yeah, yes,
improve. Yeah, don't worry. By the end of
yes.
this course, na, like whatever 4 weeks, 5 weeks you are writing, I assure you that you will not feel cheated or something like that. You will be having something. Even if you file that, oh, my question is not evaluated, but still you are improving over after this session. Don't you worry. Fine.
Yes.
Okay. Coming there to point. Then again, I think after introduction, what we have to do, temple architecture attains zenith under Chola Empire. Just tell me heading. Ansh, you please. Heading of your questions.
Okay. So I wrote it in two parts. The first part was reason for the great architecture. Then I wrote 4 points why the architecture of the Chola were so great. And then in my second part, I had written what led it to what was so great in it. Like I had highlighted the points कि Chola architecture का क्या क्या था. And then in my last part, I had made one diagram of how a basic Chola temple looks like, and then I concluded it.
You made a diagram?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I was about to say, if in the history architecture questions, if you are able to make a bad diagram, I'm not saying good diagram, but don't do it anything, like a respectable diagram, you will be getting at least 0.5 marks better than others. Fine. So here in the points, I will suggest that you think about like a layman terms. Zenith, some architectural read Zenith because political power was there to protect the structures. Had it not been the Modi ji, there the new parliament building would have been dismantled by the miscreants. See what happened at the Taliban rule during the Bamiyan Buddha temple. Okay, architecture was there. They were not able to survive it. How do you think they are going to build? No. So you think political power. Society is there. Society was prosperous. If they were giving good taxes to the king, that's why king were able to invest. When you are the tax chore, when you are the tax thief, tax evader, how can you expect our nation to grow? Then you expect the government to do something. अरे भाई पैसा कहाँ से आएगा? From where does the money come? Fine. Then again, Zenith is there. Rock cut architecture was there. Technology, you talk about technology. Am I clear with the structure now? Was I able to broaden your horizon? Yes or no, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Those who have not written, can I expect a better answer from you guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine. Am I talking anything irrelevant?
No, sir.
Fine.
No, sir.
Sir, just one question. Like,
Yes.
as it has mentioned, critically analyze. So after we write points about how it achieved the zenith, then should we point out some facts about how it was yet to prosper, or what were some things that it could have still improved? Like, I got a comment that I
Yeah.
should have mentioned how it was still not at the pinnacle, how it could have still improved, or how it improved in the further kingdoms. So I could
Yeah.
not but find points about it.
You did not get points about the content that it was asked to put up.
Yeah, no, sir, I did not. Like when I read it, I could not find it from the standard sources. So that is why only 1-2 points I mentioned was that importance was reducing from the DT and more focused on the king or the ruler. So I only wrote that point.
Okay,
So how
fine.
many points?
Thanks for bringing this out. Suppose this question comes to me, and you know that if you ask these type of questions, we cannot entertain through model answer. That's why this is the session. That's why I avoid model answer. Okay, please do ask the questions like Margi is putting. I will be giving you a solution, Margi. Now you said why it was not. Start comparing. Chola. Who others were famous for temples apart from Chola?
Pallava.
Compare.
Hmm.
If the positives of Cholas Pallavas is not present in the Cholas, relate. Your answer is good, and you are becoming topper day by day. Clear?
Got your point, sir. Got your point.
Everybody got the point? Margi, thank you for asking good questions, because I cannot think this way.
Okay, sir.
Do let me know whatever the comments you are. It might be a case comment sometimes is irrelevant. If you're confused with the comment, do let me know. Fine. Anyone else? Like everyone is clear with the question of Margi and answer of mine? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Prabjot? You are here, Prabjot? Are you here?
Yes, sir.
So you have not started writing yet. You will be writing from the next week, right?
Yeah. My batch is started from tomorrow only.
No issues, no issues. You will be writing the same questions only, that you will start from GS2, GS3, GS4, then you will go back to GS1. Fine?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Prabjot, are you able to comprehend the questions the way I am discussing or not?
Yes, sir. Somewhat.
Okay, fine. So if you don't have the question, if you will go back to the channel, you will be finding week 1 day 2 questions. I am discussing the same.
Okay, sir. Wait.
Okay.
Even.
Okay
sir.
then. If any issues, do interrupt me in between. I do keep session interactive only.
Okay.
Fine. Fine. Thank you, Prabjot. So it is like question number 3. Shall we move to question number 3? Or do anyone have doubt on this one?
Yes, sir. We can move to question number 3.
Thank you, Ansh. Discuss the role played by the Chinese traveler of ancient India in the conservation of our knowledge of early Indian art and history. So, how about it?
So I felt this was a tough question. Like I really didn't had much points, so I just did जितना मेरा दिमाग में है बस मैंने वो लिख दिया. But like it was very unstructured answer for me.
I will structure it right now. Don't worry. What about others? Margi, Kavya, at least you guys have written.
I,
Do speak.
I
Pragati.
searched. Sir, the only problem I
Yes, yes.
felt was I got the individual things like when Sang visited here and that, but generalizing that point into one point and citing that thing as a example, that became the difficult part.
Fine. That too will be entertaining within 2 minutes. Others, Pragati, if you have written, you don't have copies. Okay, fine. Kavya,
I didn't attempt day two, sir.
thank you. I will certainly call you again. Mhm. Discuss the role played by the Chinese travelers in there. So, guys, very simple question. You can get content from the Google. Even I don't have right now. Okay, I don't have to give attempts. So I have luxury of not reading the things, but to make you understand the thing. So what happens? No, whenever a traveler is traveling, he will stop somewhere. Not everyone have the money to travel. If traveler is there, you will find that this traveler is received by the new king. Now the traveler will write about that king, about that city. So literary sources are conservation. Apart from that, when traveler is traveling within India, outside India, going back to his place, what he will find that, oh, you are conserving our culture through traveling also. How? Traveler goes to another part of India. Oh, in that place I was, even that was India. In that place there were some different languages, there were some different way of eating, their culture was different. Okay, fine. So maybe people there know, even that is culture conservation. Culture conservation is not something that I will do for myself, that I belong from my culture. Suppose I go to a tribal area, I learn their culture. Now I know. Someone asks, have you ever visited tribal culture? Yes, yes. In there I saw that the marriages happen in the groups, and if you're like your age group is married, then you can, and another age group is started getting married, then you cannot get married. That is the real incident. Okay, so you again talk, again conservation is there. Fine. So it is not about the sources. It will look haphazard. Take one person, what you will be do, that how he traveled, if any painting related to it. These kind of questions are the questions where you should work at once. If these kind of questions comes in the UPSC, this will be similar content. You won't be having much content about it. Okay, haphazard as the unshare. Sir, I wrote whatever I could have. So you have to mention from where it is. Suppose you took a traveler, Huanzhang. Okay, Huanzhang traveled with this king in this city. 2 3 pointers. In this city, 2 3 pointers. He talked about politics. Okay, he wrote a book. Okay, am I clear with the structure? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So, sir, is it okay if we give the heading as the one Chinese traveler and then mention points about him, and then go to another and mention points about him? Like, is it the right way?
Obviously,
Okay, sir.
obviously you have to do.
Okay, sir. I
So
tried
one
doing the other
problem.
way. I wrote the points normally and then used only the names as examples. So that made it difficult for me. If I would have written it in the way that you just said, then it could have been much easier.
You need not to complex the things. Keep it simple. Like if you complex, even the reader will, what is this? Simple.
Yes.
Keep it simple. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? No. Yes or no? कुछ तो बोलो यार. सो गए हो? Am I that boring?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
I would have removed from the meeting if you had said yes. That is the power of host. Fine. Week 1, day 3. Seeds of World War II were sown by Treaty of Versailles. Analyze the statement. Do I have to discuss this question? Yes or no?
No, sir. It was also factual question.
Okay. Okay, then you tell me introduction.
Yes, sir. Just a minute, sir. I'm opening it. Yeah, day 3. So I had written, when the World War I ended, Axis power defeated Allied power, and Germany was forced to sign a humiliating treaty, which is said to have sown the seeds of World War II.
Again, repeat. Ansh, repeat.
Yeah. When the World War I ended, the Axis power defeated the Allied powers, and the Germany was forced to sign a humiliating treaty, which is said to have sown the seeds of World War II. This was my introduction.
How many lines of introduction you have written? I guess around 3 or 4.
Four lines.
Did you get comment something like that? Keep introduction crisp or not?
So it's not yet checked.
Okay, I will make sure that you get the comment.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the most important context that you can mention within the question? Just say the word, nothing else. Don't explain the introduction.
The Treaty of Versailles was the
Context,
big.
I'm asking the context.
Okay.
Why it came into the picture? Guys, speak.
So the context was that the World War I has ended, but yet it was leading to like something which would have made a war again.
Fine. So it's like you can say, as Ansh has put, Ansh, the line you have said just right now, na, had it been your introduction, I would have said good introduction. Did you get
Okay,
the
sir.
point? Why I asked you to repeat the point?
Yeah, the second time when I spoke, it was more contextual.
Yeah. In the first statement, you tried to explain the things. Means in the first time when you the introduction that you have wrote.
Yes,
Fine.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So introduction will be like this only. Either just mention that with the win of that axis, which USA, Russia, and UK, which axis was
Yes,
it?
sir.
Axial, which was it?
Uh,
Axis,
Allied powers and Axis
allied.
powers.
Yeah, allied power. They were allied power, na?
Axis powers defeated Allied powers. Like
Okay,
the
axis power.
US
Sorry,
one
sorry.
was yeah.
Okay, sorry. I forgot these things, so I ask you to confirm. Okay, don't mind. So it's like you just mentioned with the win of Axis power, Germany was discontented. You're not writing negative. Now you're saying it was dissatisfied, discontented. Okay. These things you could have mentioned over there.
Okay, sir.
Fine. So
Yes, sir.
last introduction was good. Perfectly fine. So introduction is this. Now I don't think so any more I have to discuss about it. Now the next question. Trace the economic development of India from the perspective of involvement of public and private sector over the last 7 decades. Fine. How is it? I just want introduction. Margi, Kavya, any one of you, please.
Sir, I've not written this one this day.
Congratulations. Kavya?
Yes, Indian economic development was Nehruvian socialist model, which involved both the public and private sector in the process of development.
Fine. See, if it is talking about last 7 decades, here 7 decades itself is the keyword. So try to show a transitory movement. Like Indian economic development started with the Nehruvian economic model, which paved the way for present mixed economy system or something else, whatever comes in your mind. Could you guys see the transition that I made, or yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Fine. So again, I will here, apart from introduction, what is more important is headings and subheadings. Can you guys tell me what will be heading and subheading?
So we can make a timeline too, like you had explained earlier. Like we can do it in Nehruvian era, post LPG era. That would be more structured.
And then again, the present times, post COVID era is the new thing. Please
Yeah,
do
yeah.
mention that if you want to write good answer this time, COVID is another watershed moment in the economic history of the world. Like the way you have read 2008 crisis, you will be reading about the COVID crisis as well in the future. So try to bring out COVID in the system as well, because this is an open-ended system. Let your creativity lose your answer. Okay, don't try to limit yourself with the content or the reference books. Do think. Okay, fine. Am I clear with it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
I wrote it like in decades, like in 1950s, 60s.
It will work. It will work. No issues.
Oh, thank you.
What he said, it is like he divided into 3 phases only. He too will be talking about in the decades only. Okay, so it will work. What I meant that it should be, and do mention that, see, to the 2020 you can mention at least COVID. Don't avoid it. This is not something that can be avoided. Guys, in today's session I will not be talking about the conclusion. I will be talking about conclusion some other day. Reason for the same, let's keep it introduction specific. We have 4 months. In the next week I will be talking about conclusion, then it will be mixed approach. It will be going by this only. So if you are writing 4 weeks with us, it's like practicing these things again and again, structures again and again. Do anyone feel dissatisfied that I'm not going into content or something, or you want me to go into the content? Please do let me know.
It is okay. And if there is any specific problem with the content, then we can ask specific questions regarding that only.
Fine, it will work for me. No issues. So next question is industrial revolution, capitalism and extreme nationalism were dominant factors for the emergence of imperialism. However, they were not only the factors. Introduction, anyone?
Okay. So, sir, I have written imperialism is an ideology which leads to colonialism, and it is a policy in which one country influences the other country through military or economic might. There were various factors. The other night I directly wrote that there was various factors which led to imperialism, and dominant among them were industrial revolution, capitalism, and extreme nationalism.
How many lines?
6 lines.
Ansh, how do you rate your introduction on the scale of 5 star?
So it was too long, like you had just mentioned. So yeah, I should be more crisp. I would give it 1.
Fine, I won't give even that. I'm harsh somewhere, don't worry. So here what you have to do, industrial revolution, capitalism and extreme nationalism were dominant factors for emergence of imperialism. You should have mentioned only imperialism. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Then you guys, my hope my hand is visible to you guys, na? Then what you
Yes,
could
yes,
have,
it's
so that this is the imperialism, say on a square box, then pillars. In those pillars, you should have mentioned these things: capitalism, extreme nationalism, industrial revolution. Okay. Then you can mention these points in explanation. Then you have to say what are the other factors. Then conclude. Am I clear? Do I have to discuss this? I think it's a straightforward one.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. And day 4, I think, is one of the easiest day for you guys. Yes or no?
Sir, I was traveling on day 4 and I had informed the evaluator about the same, that I won't be writing, but I'll complete it too.
Next time do remember, you don't have to inform evaluator, you are going to inform me.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, respect the hierarchy that you are about to enter. Evaluator don't know anything. Fine. The essence of India will be threatened if India's diversity is fractured in any way. Do you agree? Just introduction, please. I will be discussing introduction of these 3 questions, nothing else apart from third.
Sir, I have written India is a land of social, cultural, and geographical diversity. It takes pride in its unity and diversity and concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And then I've gone for the body, that how it will be threatened and how not.
बड़ी बड़ी बातें कर दी मार कीजिए आपने, है ना? वेरी गुड. What about others? Kavya,
I have written about the diversity, means diversity is the collective differences among the people which mark off one people from another.
so when it is talking about like India, can you ignore India? Yes or no?
No.
India is too big to be ignored. You might be tagged anti-national in the present scenario.
And in the next line, I have written like India is known across the world for its diversity.
Okay. So suppose if you are in a party, would you like to eat dessert first and then you will go for your normal meal, dinner?
No.
Got my point?
Normal. Yes, sir.
So set your priorities right. Whenever you find the terms like constitution, India, or any big thing, suppose any name, Gandhi ji, Nehru ji, Modi ji, Amit Shah ji, please do mention these names in the introduction itself to make it more contextual, to make it more relevant, to give you a signboard. Okay, so whatever you have written is good, but when it is talking about something big, India is too big, Nehru is too big, APJ Abdul Kalam is there, he is too big, they cannot be ignored. Bring them into introduction itself. Fine?
Yes, sir.
Perfectly fine then. Discuss urbanization and its impact on family and caste system. Do I need to discuss this question?
No.
No, sir. So just
Yes,
one
I will be
question that is,
discussing.
sir, in intro, I have written the definition of urbanization.
Works,
Okay, sir.
works. But if it is a definition from World Bank or UN, that is more acceptable. In bracket,
Okay.
you mention WB, UN.
Okay, sir.
So here I would like to discuss structure. Nothing else. See, when it is saying its impact on family and caste system. So what you will say, you divide these things in different terms. Urbanization in family, if you're talking about impact on family, okay, within that point there should be having sub points like political impacts. Yeah, you relate that point with politics. Can anyone relate me one point like urbanization, family and politics?
Sir, it has maybe increased individual political choices rather than the collective political choices in the family.
Perfectly fine, that's the point I wanted to make. Guys, she has been very crisp. Let me explain for you guys, those who are not getting it. I know that some of you may not get. In earlier times or in the village, what happens? Family votes together. But urbanization, Papa is voting for Aam Aadmi Party, Mama is voting for BJP. Kid is the social worker, so is pressing Nota. Sister is a Rahul Gandhi fan, so she voted for Congress. These things are still absent in the villages because of the shared culture, shared bonhomie. Acha, you are giving vote to him. I will vote him too. Oh, my father has said, okay, cultural value. Ji, Papa ji, I will be voting for the same. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So thanks, Margi, for putting the points. Margi, keep up writing like this. You can do good. I've already told you. It was your
Yes.
hard luck this year, but make sure that next year I claim you as a ranker.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Again, one point that I want to ask, relate urbanization, caste system and politics. Am I talking to myself?
Sir, caste associations reorganizing as pressure groups in urban settings, maybe.
Do we have presence of caste in urbanization? No. The very good thing about the urbanization is that we do not ask before going into McDonald's or the dhabas or the restaurants from which the caste you belong. But in the rural economy, you will find that the caste plays the identity role, but not in urban areas. Similar point you can make when you talk about the social points. In urban areas, social points are like this. Okay, so caste is the pointer in the social only. That society is more individualistic, but in rural area it is not. Am I clear, Margi? Why I refuted to your argument?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So please do relate economics. Okay. Impact. You relate rich, poor, family, and urbanization. In urbanization, families are rich when they are working as an individual. Per capita income is high. The same family if had to go with the people, therefore the rich poor divide is more in urban areas, but not in rural areas. Rural areas lifestyle is still homogeneous. Am I able to broaden horizon about the question? Yes or no, please? Ansh, Rajat, Kavya, speak something.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. I will be moving to next questions. This one was the interesting question. While the globalization seems to be synonymous with interconnectedness, it has done the opposite at micro level. Critically examine the statement. Okay, whom should I like? Rajat,
Yes, sir.
at least you have not attempted the question. That's why I came to you. Okay, fine.
Yes.
So you have
Yes,
to
sir.
just discuss the structure with your batchmates. how you are going to structure it.
So first, I would define globalization and how it is aiding globalization definition. Then I would like to stress a bit in a couple of in a 3 to 4 points, like how it's increasing our interconnectivity, like more options, trade, more open trade, cultural exchange, and development of with that trade and commerce. Then I would like to move on how it is actually making us more inward looking at the level, because there is increased sense of protectionism at the ground level. People tend to feel that in open competitive increased competitiveness they might start lagging behind. So there's a sense of protectionism which is increasing uh, day by day at our micro level. Like for example, Haryana. Yes, sorry.
Now, Rajat, what is missing in your structure? You
So
were
headings and
discussing content with us.
yes,
You
sir,
were
headings
discussing
and
content,
yes,
and I was asking,
structure. Sorry, sir.
come again.
Okay, sir. So first, I would introduction. I'm clear with my introduction that I would focus on globalization and interconnected. Then how globalization it is increasing our it is increasing uh, the interconnectedness between the different parts of the world. That would my point. I would like to come summarize it in 4 to 5 points, 3 to 4 points with examples. Increase in trade and commerce. After that, I would focus on its protectionism aspect in the next 5 to 6 points.
Flip side, what the question is saying opposite to that, would you focus or not?
Yes, sir. Sir, I would actually, so what I thought about it, I would focus on the second part because what I have been observing, uh, that it is actually increasing the inward looking approach.
So keep whenever that's why I asked, whenever the critically examined command is there, you try to balance in a way either 60-40 or 50-50. You have to
Okay,
present
sir.
both the sides. Okay.
Yes.
So you have
Yes.
almost covered the content. No issues. Everyone
Yes.
clear with the whatever Rajat has said, or any doubt over this question?
So one question is, the stand we take in the last, like in conclusion part, whether we are supporting or not supporting the statement, would it affect the marks? Like if we say yes or if we say no, and what examiner had in his mind, would it like lead to something?
I was coming to this point only. Thank you. Any more questions? Don't say me that you did not get chance to speak. You don't want to speak?
No questions.
Okay, fine. So, Ansh and others, what we have to do in this question, where we'll be having 60-40 stand or 50-50 stand. When I say 60-40 or 50-50, it means you cannot take a stand. If I say equally good thing about a product and equally bad thing about a product, can my opinion be a deciding factor in your decision?
No.
No.
What I try to be while suggesting you anything,
Diplomatic.
your conclusion should be
Diplomatic. Balanced.
okay. Then give an example, Margi.
Sir, as in my conclusion, I have written that globalization turns the world into a small global village, connecting people across borders. However, we must ensure that it does not lead to homogenization and decline in diversity.
Fine. You have made a negative conclusion. I will talk about the conclusions in next session. Okay. Don't worry. So here he has asked, so I have to put it out. In the conclusions, when I say diplomatic, don't be negative. Globalization is double-edged sword. A coin has always two faces, positive as well as negative. We have to ensure that the positives of the globalization. And am I clear with the hint or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So I shall be moving to next day, which is the last day of this week, and you guys are about to get freed from this virtual jail of mine. So you can be happy after 15 minutes. What do you understand by the catastrophic diastrophic forces? How do you they dynamically influence the surface of Earth? Do I have to discuss this question?
Sir, it is
Yes or
pretty
no?
simple.
So I
Exactly. I
think the
totally disagree.
structure, sir, one thing I would like to clear here is what I have written is I'd written the definition about catastrophic forces, then about diastrophic forces, and then in my body part, I'd written what endogenic forces and exogenic forces lead to changes in this Earth. So would it be fine?
Perfectly fine. But only the introduction part, what I will say when you are saying, see, these are types of which forces? What kind of forces are they?
Both endogenic and exogenic.
It comes under which heading? Like there, it would have been something like that. There are two types of forces.
Geomorphic.
Yes. Who was it?
Geomorphic forces.
Is it geomorphic or something else? I haven't read. At least help me.
Geomorphic.
Fine. So
Geomorphic.
what you will be doing, you just explain this forces in a way only. Na? Like there are two types of geomorphic. Okay, it's like other forces in the earth. Like in the introduction, like catastrophic and diastrophic forces are the two forces present in the earth system or the whatever system it is. I'm not getting the exact terms, I'm forgetting it. Okay, then you explain one liner introduction only. You have made some umbrella statement. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how do you they dynamically influence the surface of earth? Now you explain the like some land form, like different formation. Volcanism is there. Can you relate volcanism to these two forces? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Plateau formation, can we relate or no?
Yes, we can.
Island formation, yes or
Yes.
no? At least say.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sea floor spreading,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
was it in your answer?
Yes, sir.
You
Sir,
will be
not
getting
all.
marks then. Who was it? No, sir.
Sir, not all of them. Like now that you pointed all of it out, then it was like yes, we could have expanded. Uh, my answer was a bit focused on particular things.
Now it is literally in the second part asking you only this only, na? When it is how do you they dynamically influence the surface of earth?
Yes, sir. So I did not address the seafloor
Okay,
spreading.
so no issues. One or two you will be missing anyhow. Don't you worry. But I just wanted to give you general idea, na? If you ask me what is sea floor spreading, I may get confused. What is it? बोल दिया बस बैठा हूँ मजे में. चलो next question. Marine heat waves are becoming a reality. Why? Explain their far-reaching impacts in near future. Do I have to discuss this question? Yes or no? Okay, you want to speak. Rajat, tell me the introduction for this question. It's been so long that you have kept quiet. Sorry.
Some actually.
What happened?
So my geography isn't that good, and I haven't revised this stuff in a while. So yeah, I'm not able to just think
Okay.
it just like that
No.
because of these.
Okay, spared. Don't worry. Whom should I target next? Pragati, would you like to speak? Introduction for this question?
No, sir. I did not
Very
know.
good. Very good. You too. Prabjot is new. I again remain with the 3 students only, and they are quite vocal. Kavya,
I written about marine heat wave is an area of extreme warm sea surface temperature, given the definition itself.
fine, works for me. Fine, works. So you have to be contextual here by defining only, or you can say ki why marine heat waves are on rise. Either of the both the points is perfectly fine for me. Okay, and I guess we are done with the, like, this is a quite straightforward question. You will find any article over net. You will find 4 or 5 points. Jot it down. You will be mentioning anywhere in your essay, in your GS3, in your GS1. Jahan aaya, bhar do. Wherever it comes, fill it up. Last question, describe the potential marine energy resources with reference to their benefits, harvestability, environmental impacts. So how would you structure this question? Because introduction is nothing but marine energy resources or marine energy. Anj.
Sir,
Yes, Pragati, please.
So firstly,
Who
I will
was
discuss about the marine energy.
okay?
And then discuss about the resources that are available for marine energy, just as an example for my introduction part. After that,
Fine.
in body part, I will discuss about its benefits and their environmental impact. Done from my side.
Fine, no issues. Anyone else? Ansh or Margi?
sir, I've begun with that line that India has a long coastline of 7,500 kilometers to just point out that we can focus on marine.
Marine resources. That's what I told you. Either you would be talking about definition of marine energy or resources. So you took a resources point of view, na?
Hmm. Yes, sir.
Works. I have asked you about structure, not about the introduction.
Sir, then marine energy resources, I've made a little flowchart about all the 4 kinds and then explained each one, like tidal energy, wave energy, and the other 2.
Fine. So that's what I wanted to discuss. You already put it out. In these type of questions, you should have certain flow charts, tables, so that we can know that you know before you have written it. Because everyone will be writing similar content, quite straightforward. So what you can do, you can differentiate. One of my friends was that good that he prepared V-shape India diagram, and he pointed out, yes, here we can have this, here we can have this area. If you like have certain kind of diagrams at your disposal, this is going to benefit you at UPSC. Perfectly fine. So I guess this was the last question. Am I clear with the today's session? I must stop the recording now.